What up, ninjas? GageO here again, and I got another review for all of you today. We are looking at another Voyager class from the Fall of Cybertron series. We have Voyager class Grimlock, and he is one bad mother. I do love this particular mold because it's really awesome, and it pretty much is Grimlock. I mean, there is no way you can mistake this for not Grimlock. Unless you're basing it off the G1, then it's a little different, but nonetheless it's still cool. What you do get with him are these two pieces you see kind of stored on the side of his legs. It's pretty much the only storage points besides his actual feet, and you don't want to put them there unless you want to, then you can. You get an Energon shield, or at least that's what I think they call it, but you get a shield regardless. You get a sword, and this is a really nice sword. It looks pretty much like the one that he had in the game, from what I remember, and it looks really nice. Got some pegs on there, so they can't combine together or anything, so you can't have super sword shield action, but hey, it's still pretty cool. And then Grimlock himself has a gimmick here, and here's his gimmick. His head lights up, and he emits a glow of red, and you can see in there, there's that bright LED in there, just fire red. He's got some articulation in his little hands here, which is good, because if they didn't articulate those, I'm pretty sure someone would complain about it, or everyone. And then he's got some knee articulation. The joints in here don't really rotate. They kind of peg in up in there, and that's pretty much it. And then the tail is pretty much stationary. It's big tail, but that's just because it's his legs combined together pretty much. So should we transform him? I think so. Let's start with the tail just to kind of get you guys past. Now, a lot of people have been saying that they're not able to get the tip of the tail pegged in properly. That all has to do with how this is lined up down here and such like that. The I'll show you here. I'll split this apart. The plastic pieces on the inside need to go over the silver piece like that. They need to protrude out. They can't be like this, or like, you know, kind of like that. They have to go over it kind of like that on both sides. And it takes a little bit of adjusting and messing around with to get it right, but for the most part it's not too hard. And then you just pretty much pull this down. It's like on a hinge, and it'll pop into place like so. And then you can fold his feet out, and he'll have legs and feet and such. And that'll all kind of just peg in down there. It'll kind of like have a little peg in the back here that'll just push in. And then for his arms, basically all you do is you unpeg it and you kind of pull out like this. And it'll want to unpeg, kind of. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get out, but you don't want to pull too hard, because I don't know how well that's in there. What you want to do is you want to get it so that you can twist that all the way out like so. And what that'll do is allow you to get his arm back into place. And it'll tuck back in like this, so you get his arm like so. Kind of do the same thing with the other side. You just kind of get it worked out. You can hear that ratcheting in there. That's in the inside. So like I said, be careful. Just kind of work it. It'll come out on its own. And then for the top part here, what you do is you just fold his head down, and it'll fold in a little bit more, so it'll point all the way down, and then that'll just tuck inside of his chest like so. And you can fold his arms however to make it look however you want, so it'll all kind of look like that. And you flip him around, and he's almost done. All that's left is to just take his little thumbs or whatever in the back, and just, there you go. Same thing for the other side. And you're done. There you have, once I get the camera adjusted, of course, you have yourself a, whoa, it doesn't want to stand yet. Come on, he's a little back heavy, just a little bit, but only because I don't have a level surface here on my review station exactly. But pretty much there is Grimlock from the Fall of Cybertron line, and wow, he is something else. Very beautiful Very beautiful. I think the camera picks it up pretty well. All this molded in detail that you're seeing here. Let me get a little closer here. As you can see his mouth, his face mask, and his chest, and all this molded in detail that you kind of miss out on when you get the first shots of these guys when we were looking at them back in November, I believe. So, I mean, in all reality, I mean, he's got some really nice molded in detail. Let's go look at the legs, too, because, I mean, there is, you know, all kinds of just small, subtle, but yet appropriate molded in detail lines for him. And he's pretty freaking nice. I mean, he like you probably have seen, he doesn't have a what you would call a super duper difficult transformation. It's very simple. There's just a couple tricky parts, and that's what I've been noticing, that they just have these little tricky little, you know, rigamaroos inside of it. Now also he has the gimmick still, where he can light up that. It doesn't work too well. You got to kind of get his head and mouth aligned inside there the right way to make it light up this whole area properly. But regardless, it'll still work pretty well. But it's a cute little gimmick. It's not mech tech. It's not weaponizer stuff. So it's worth it. Now let's give him his sword here, and obviously his sword looks really nice when he's holding it. It's really good scale. If it was just I don't know, maybe a ½ inch bigger, maybe an inch bigger, it would be within scale, I think, with exact scale with the game. So they did a really good job of keeping that in scale. Like unlike the RID weaponizer Optimus with his Star Saber, you know, the Star Saber's like teeny itty bitty, but the Star Saber in the gate, you know, the actual show is as big as him almost. And then also you can give him his shield, and you can position that however you would like on his arm. I just stick it on there like that, or you can have it like that, or, you know, however you want. So you could be blocking, and he could be ready for any Cybertronian battle you can pretty much throw at him. Excuse me. For the most part, this Voyager class, I would definitely recommend sticking in your collection. We don't get very many Grimlocks at all. The Grimlock ratio is very, very limited. I think the last time we got a Grimlock was I don't know, was it animated, I think? So it's pretty nice to see him finally come out again, and also in his G1 or G1-ish style. There's really not much to him. Like I said, there's just a lot of molded in detail about him that's really nice. The backpack is kind of big, but it does justice for this figure. It's not terrible. So I do recommend this figure for you guys. If you're looking for a new Voyager class to pick up, I'd recommend him or Blaster. If you don't want Blaster and you already picked up Soundwave, well, that's completely up to you. I know it's just basically a repaint and a minor remold, but nonetheless, it's one of the nicer figures, and I would definitely recommend this guy for sure. So this is GageO with another review of Transformers Fall of Cybertron Voyager class Grimlock, saying peace out and close-ups at the end. Bye, guys.